Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and let's talk XRP, specifically the current bear market we find ourselves in and where I think the price is likely to go in the next bullish market. As I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe. If you're new and you haven't yet joined us in Discord, well, what you're waiting for, check it out, linked in the description below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. So why not go ahead and check it out? Let's jump right down into today's video, kicking things off with the current bear market. So here we have XRP paired up with USDT. We are using the BitGet spot exchange here on the daily time frame. Now you can see here that we are tracking a potential 5-wave corrective or 5-wave impulsive, I should say, structured move to the downside on the daily time frame. This is potentially problematic for XRP. So we ideally would like to see a breakout from this pattern. So anything above 67.5 would essentially do that. Anything lower than 67.5 does put us in the danger zone for further corrective action to the downside. And so when we talk about the bear market here, we are talking about a potential move into a new bear market low. The existing bear market low does sit at 28.686, and you can see that from over here in June 2022. This particular pattern runs the risk of dropping down lower than 28.6, because if we start with 5 waves, we end in 5 waves. Okay, so we'd bounce from down here, for example, back up into our area of resistance, probably around 53 to 58 cent, and then we would break down once more into another 5-wave pattern, into a new bear market low. Now we can be scientific about this. Let's just be really conservative and just take the higher end of our expectations here to the peak that we had at 93.8. Take this down to, again, the higher range expectations. This gives us a conservative low down here at 21 to 16 cent. Again, it's very broad because we are just kind of using approximate target ranges at the moment. So you can kind of get an idea to how bad this potential pattern could be for the price action of XRP. Now, this is not what we want. This isn't exactly ideal by any stretch of the imagination. So we want to avoid this the best that we can. The best way to avoid it is to rally up higher than 67.5 cent and break out of this bearish pattern that we find ourselves in. Okay, so let's be really realistic about it. This is where we are. We can't do much about that at the moment. We are on a death cross looming here. As we can see, 50 EMA coming down lower than the 200 EMA. We can go ahead and throw the other EMAs, moving averages, in here as well. You can see how everything is kind of coming together, ready for a big death cross situation. So we have to be very, very cautious. Essentially, we are looking at short-term price action crossing down lower than long-term price action and slippage to the downside for XRP. So it's unlikely that we're immediately going to rally on up and break out of the structure. If we complete the 5 waves down, the next breakout point is actually going to be a new local high above 93.3, or more specifically 93.8 on the Binance and 93.3 here on BitGet. So they are slightly different technical targets, but for the most part, that's the expectation. Death crosses are basically coming together, ready for a big move to the downside, overbought on the daily. So unfortunately, yeah, it's not looking strong, which means new bear market low essentially towards 21. Now, obviously, double bottom is the minimum expectation, so 28, but 21 is really where it looks at the moment. So what does that mean for the next bullish market? Well, it would put us at an interesting point. Okay, so we have the existing low. We're kind of using the existing low to forecast out the highs at the moment. This gives us a most bullish idea based on the current patterns and current structures. Now, again, there's a lot of people who will not like what is being presented to them. It doesn't really align to what they've been shielded for years. XRP is essentially going to be the currency of all banks and is essentially going to be utilized. And there's unfortunately a lot of pitfalls when it comes to understanding that, right? It's not as simple as all the banks are just going to throw all that money that they're just dormant, doing nothing with, into XRP, and they're going to use XRP instead. In fact, you'd actually require a lot less XRP than you would dollars and banks and different currencies around the world and so forth. And of course, we have to understand that one of the key things with ODL is liquidity. And liquidity actually means stable price. It means that lots of people can transact without price fluctuations. And so if we want to see a highly liquid market for ODL to really be working and for banks to utilize it, that means stable price, a less volatile price. Now that stable price can be $1,000, could be $1, it could be anywhere in between, right? And so we have to be really cautious. Now, in terms of the patterns and the structures that we see here in front of us right now, we do see the potential move upwards towards $5.57 and $11.21. And I know that's not going to be what people want to hear. They want to see the $100, the $50. They want to see $589. But I have no structure for that. There is no technical reasons and rationale to see those prices. Now, again, there's fundamental things that we could speculate on, and people do, all around the world, speculate on XRP being backed by gold or XRP being utilized by all the banks, and for such a huge demand to come in and take price to the moon. I would obviously highlight the fact that there's actually a lot of selling pressure, and 45 billion XRP tokens actually sit with just a handful of investors. In fact, 1,987 wallets hold 42 billion XRP. And so we have to consider, are 1,987 wallets just going to sit back idly and wait, or are they going to sell into any potential move to the upside? And actually that's going to suppress price action. 42 billion is not a small amount of the supply. So we have to be really mindful, really cautious. I think 557 to 1121 is super realistic, but also very challenging at the same time. So we have to kind of be realistic about it. I think we can have a good shot at $5.57. That's a 1-to-1 ratio with the A to the C wave. And I think that's actually quite a nice place to be taking some pretty healthy profits. But I'm not looking for anything above and beyond 1121 at this point in time. Now, I know we might have the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit come to conclusion. It might really be favorable for XRP. XRP and Ripple might do incredibly well out of there. We also might see Ripple do an IPO, for example. And these things might have real good positive impacts on the price action of XRP. And yet we do not see the technicals for those at the moment. I think in due course, we will see, and we will be able to map up where people's current behaviors are under those kind of scenarios. But at the moment, it's way too early to really know. Ultimately, I think 5 to 57, based on current patterns and current structures and current behavior within the market, seems very, very realistic. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I know it's not as super bullish as maybe people want. So, try to be nice and pleasant in the comment section below. But other than that, guys, I think that's going to wrap up today's video. If you found it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will not miss another video update. Until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day.